Boy, it's an understatement to say we need a break from the Pacers talk here on this Wednesday morning, and we will do it with a man that I guess probably is doing a little bit of a rain dance here on this Wednesday morning, as we all are, to try and get that track dried over at 16th and Georgetown to get some activity out there for today after pretty much a total washout yesterday. He is Felix Rosenqvist, who's had a very nice start to the year for Meyer Shank Racing, and certainly a man that has been up there in recent 500s. Felix, good morning to you. As always, we thank you for the time. 13 laps for you yesterday. Did you learn anything?
Yeah, thank you. No, yeah, I think we learned quite a bit, actually. We actually got a decent feel for the car, and, you kind of got that baseline run out of the way where you just make sure that everything is comfortable and, everything is within the window of where you want it to be. And actually got some decent running in traffic and stuff like that, so it wasn't a complete waste of time. Actually, today it looks a bit worse to start with, but they say it's going to dry up a bit later this afternoon, so you're just going to hang tight here and see.
How frustrating is it to sit there yesterday and maybe today and want to get these laps in and get ready for the 500 and you're having to wait on Mother Nature? How frustrating is that, just to sit around and wait?
I mean, there's for sure a big list of items we want to, get out of the way between, the drivers and engineers and mechanics. So I think that's the biggest stress, that we just want to have the time to do everything we want to do before we get to qualifying. But honestly, every year we have some kind of rain delay, so it's kind of part of it. It's May in Indiana, and the rain seems to be coming along with that. So, we'll figure it out. We'll compress our schedule a little bit, and whenever it gets dry here, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of cars on track.
Again, he is Felix Rosenqvist. Really nice start to the year. 5th, 3rd, 9th, 4th, and then 10th on the road course here over the weekend. Felix, when you think back to the last two 500s, I mean, you have been right there late in the race. How would you describe where you've been at? I know 4th, obviously, a couple years ago. Last year, you did have the late crash. But how would you describe the last two 500s for you?
I think, as you say, we've been right up there, and definitely learning a lot and taking more with me that I want to, bring into the future every year. It's just one of those races where you learn so much every year and you come back stronger. But yeah, definitely, I think last year was the strongest for me, and I've kind of been creeping up to that every year. And we'll see here this year. I'm with the Meyer Shank Racing new team this year, so it's hard to say where we are right now and what our goal should be. But I definitely feel stronger every year, so I'm gonna go for it.
Felix, my experience on the track is a 2-seater ride, 2 laps with Mario Andretti, so safe to say I am beyond a novice. Is there a turn that is particularly harder of the 4 than any of the other?
Good question. I think it's all depending on the wind, to be honest. I would say historically turn 3 is the easiest corner. We don't really see a lot of stuff happening there. And I think it has to do with the turn just seems a bit smoother. The banking seems a bit more progressive. Turn 1 and turn 2 are definitely the two, most accident-prone corners, I'd say. Turn 2, you have that bridge going, or that tunnel under the track. And I think that little bump is definitely caused some crashes through the years, including myself. Yeah, and I mean, they're supposed to be identical, but it seems to be that end of the track there's always more accidents.
Felix Rosenqvist with us here on the Payless Liquors hotline. Again, boy, it's sneaking up on us. Indy 500 time here in the Circle City. I mean, yeah, I'm jacked up. I might go out there today. I'm definitely going to go out there on Thursday, I believe. And then obviously next week, all the festivities around the track. You mentioned every year gaining experience and knowledge about the race, about the track, and how to win. How do you win? How do you get over the hump and end up winning this race coming up here in a week and a half?
Well, it's definitely, I mean, you have to play the long game in this race. I think it's all about how you approach the whole month, to be honest. It's not only about those 200 laps. It's about the whole process. And it's kind of like a risk management course in the end of the day. Every time you're out there, you're risking your car, you're risking to basically set yourself back, but you also want to be out there. You want to learn, you want to take risks. So I think that the driver that knows himself and his car the best are the ones who are going to be there in the end of the race. And yeah, like once you're there, I guess we've seen historically here, the change of pace towards the end is massive because it's been a pretty big fuel save rate. So, you're running around in like the 210s, 211s for a long time in the race. And then in the final 30 laps, people, that's when you step it up and just give it everything. And that's a big change as a driver. The car behaves differently. The aerodynamics behaves differently. And I think that's something I learned last year where I got caught out by a little bit. So yeah, just little things like that. You definitely have to be up there, in a, let's say, top 5 position towards the end. I think that's a minimum. And then from there on, you have to be really clever and have one of the best cars as well. You need a lot, basically, maybe a little bit of luck as well.
Sure.
He's a man that's been there the last couple of years, and again, a great start to the year. Felix Rosenqvist with Meyer Shank Racing this season. He's joining us here on the Payless Liquors Hotline. Felix, I was hoping you could kind of expand on that. I enjoyed that answer, and I guess to take it a step further, how would you describe maybe the risk-taking that drivers have on lap 15 versus lap 185?
Yeah, I think that's a good question, and that's where we see a lot of stuff happen early race. Actually, a lot of crashes, a lot of days ending early, and that's the worst case scenario as a driver. You get a little bit too excited, you try to make a move early on, and it doesn't pay off, and you're in the wall, and then you're losing out on that experience as well. So personally, I think obviously you want to qualify really well, but that's not really up to you. I think that's more of an engineering thing in the end. How quick is your car? And I think that's what, obviously qualifying is a little bit about the driving as well. And you have to nail those laps, which is not easy. But, if you have a bad car in qualifying, but a good race car, you're going to have to go through the field and take a lot of risks. But yeah, for me, it's always been, the real, I never really risk it until lap 30, with 30 laps to go. So, and that's also where I've been most prone to accidents, unfortunately. But yeah, I try to kind of chill through the first 170 laps.
Felix, I'm wondering, in 11 days, you win the Indy 500. Have you thought in your mind how you would celebrate? You have any idea?
Dude, I have no idea. I think I would just kind of take it as it comes. I would just follow the flow. I'm not sure if I would be. I'd probably have a big hangover the day after. It would feel wrong to not have that.
Us too. We got to do a morning radio show that next day at 7 a.m.
What would be the drink of choice, Felix, for said hangover? Or I should say drinks.
Probably wine, I think.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
Red wine.
Red wine? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. And did I hear correctly? I was watching the 100 Days to Indy. Do you have a wedding upcoming?
I do, yeah. In actually a week and after the final race of the season, after Nashville.
Look at
Sweden.
Oh, congratulations.
Congrats. You said back in Sweden?
Yeah, back in Sweden, and pretty close to where I'm born and my fiance. So, yeah, we're going back there 21st of September and get it done, man. Excited.
Congratulations on that. 21st night of September. I believe there's a song associated with that. Okay, Felix, last one. Rank the nerves. Lap 1 of qualifying, lap 190 of the race, and what you would experience, you think, up on the altar or wherever coming up here for your wedding.
Sorry, rank the nerve. What did you say?
Yes, rank the nerves. Lap 1 of qualifying, your level of nervousness, lap 190 of the race, and then your anticipation maybe of wedding day.
So for sure, the wedding day is going to be the highest. Absolutely, by tenfold. I think, if the wedding is like a 10, qualifying is like a 3, and lap 1 is a 2. That's how nervous I am for the wedding.
Well, that's a big difference.
That is a big difference.
Have you had or will you
I think the missus would appreciate that.
I think she would. Yeah, we need to send that. We'll email this to you. You can send it to your fiance. Have you had or will you have a bachelor's party?
I'm not sure yet. I guess that's the thing you're not supposed to know. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I have to make it back to Sweden somehow, I think, for that to happen. So I'm sure there's some breaks in the calendar, but at the moment, I'm not aware of any.
Well, it sounds like maybe it could be a week from Sunday if everything goes right. You might as well just have the bachelor party to celebrate the winning of the 108th.
Is there like a place in Sweden that bachelor parties go? Like, here in the States, you got Vegas. A lot of bachelorette parties go to Nashville, Tennessee
Miami.
now.
Yeah.
Miami, South Beach is very popular. Is there a place back near where you were born in Sweden that, I don't know, guys go for a bachelor party?
Good question. I actually don't know. No, I don't think we have the Nashville of Sweden, to be honest. I think people just go to Nashville.
Fair enough.
Maybe I should just have all my friends come here.
There you go.
There you go.
Worldwide. Felix, we'll end with this. Greatly appreciate your time here on this Wednesday morning. Obviously, you saw the ending to last year's race. It sounds like there will be an implementation of a rule change to limit the snake, if you will, that we have seen become pretty popular here over the last handful of years. Your thoughts on that rule change and what that could mean for the final 10 to 15 laps of this race?
Yeah, good point. I think it's actually a good change. You would never mean to take anything away from previous winners, but I think it's something we talked about as drivers and the race control this winter, and we all, basically agreed that we think it's dangerous and we would like to avoid it. Also, going below that pit-in line in turn 4 as a result of snaking, it's also not allowed now. So I think it's a good step, man. I think it's you would definitely ask for an accident if you keep it allowed. So I think they made the right call. I think the details of that will probably be talked about a little bit more here in the upcoming drivers' meetings. But what I've heard, you can basically just do like 2 snakes. Like you can go down once and then you can go up, and then you're kind of done. But I think it's good. I think it's great.
Well, good luck this weekend. Good luck for race day, and good luck for wedding day. I think if I did, my emphasis hopefully explained your nervousness here over the next couple of weeks and couple of months. In all seriousness, Felix, thank you for the time. Always enjoy our combos, and good luck here for the next 10 days or so.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.